Good evening. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I had a burrito. I didn't want to make myself tacos, so I stopped and got a burrito. It's delicious. Yeah. I also, the other day, I sat down at my desk, and there was a foul stink, and I wasn't sure if it was from the cat because his litter box is like right over there, and I was just kind of like weirded out by it. It went away after a little while, but it was still just weird how it came about. Turns out my feet stink. I've been walking around a lot at work, so like I've been building up a sweat and my feet stink and it's awful. So I'm wearing some slippers. Well, slip-on shoes to prevent myself from fumigating myself. You know, that's how it goes. It is what it is. Anyway, back to this. Where do we leave off? I think I finished up side quests for where I'm at currently. There is that hunt I could do. But he's hard. So I'll wait. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do it after I finish this next segment, and then it'll open up more hunts too. So yeah, I think it's just main quest. Let's get to it. Nope. That's that. Okay. Oh, I forgot my pillow. Yeah, when I take a break. Oh, that's right. I was collecting all the stuff from mid. I remember now. Okay. And I did all that. Did all the side quests that were associated with it too. So now it's just go talk to mid and we'll go visit Sid's grave? I guess? I don't know. Oh, I wish he didn't live on the opposite side of the stupid town. It is. Hello, Mid.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
The Game Awards announced their nominees today. And all it did was remind me how little I care for AAA video games anymore. He says while playing one.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is going to require some precision walloping.
She could have been animated a little better there. She didn't really look like she was giggling. Ooh, I'm gonna go grab my pillow. I'll be back.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
Excuse me?
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Little tennis elbow for the blacksmith there. Okay.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
New quests are available. You know what that means? Time to ignore the main quest for a short period of time. To do the not greatest quests ever. Side quests in this game are kind of lacking, to be honest.
Clive,
Unfortunate.
anything catch your eye? Seen enough?
All right, where is it? Come on, green. There it is. Ooh, it's a new thing. Maybe it's an increase to my potions again. That'd be nice. Ooh, maybe it'll allow me to carry more potions. That'd be really nice. Wait, is that in mids?
Wish I could take one of our birds for a ride.
It is.
You will, one day.
Well, here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Are we making drugs?
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my
So I just gotta kill a bunch of
eyes.
bombs?
You
I could do
pour
that.
blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
Ah.
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
When did they add that billet?
I'll
Because
see what I
it
can
wasn't
do.
there when I was looking.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
Use the hunt board to locate the Bomb King. Or use the shortcut you have in the browser that is on the screen next to you to find out where the Bomb King is. Nectar, the greatest Moogle. There one. Oh, bomb sightings. I should ask him about that. Hold on. Just speak up. You on the hunt for Bomb King, Kupo? If so, I have a billet. Might just interest you. Okay. I kind of hate the hunt board because I can't just be like, I want to hunt this, and it adds it to like a list of things I want to hunt. I have to, it actually makes me like figure out where the hell it is, which is cool, I guess. I don't care to like search for that at all. I just want to fight the damn thing. So I went to Polygon and I found a list of where they be. He's only a B rank. That's not too bad. The Croc and Sanbarak. Okay, I know where he's at. I need to go to Sanbarak. It's down here. No. It's over here. It's Northreach. That works. This is close enough. Chocobo. All right. And I need to go. So I'm going to set
Fly,
up.
Ambrosia.
All right.
Little Durgans? I don't know. They're not. Oh, we got raptors. Fight.
Straight home now.
Oh, I have that equipped.
Fire and flame.
I guess I'm a little too strong for these things. They broke the gate for me, so now I can actually go this way. Bomb King is level 33. I am level 34. Okay, so it's just in line with where I'm at. Not that levels really have too much of a bearing on like the difficulty of a thing, other than it being of a higher level means that it has a larger health pool and it does more damage, but like because it's a character action game, like, I can actually like dodge most of what it's doing. Oh, I have to go up there. Whoops. I missed my turn. I should have turned left at Albuquerque. fallen ruins. Well, I'll be if this isn't like the perfect arena for a boss fight. Oh, he looks so stupid. I hate him. Bomb King. And me without a Jill.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Nice try.
Seems like it. Okay, it's really not doing anything to the Bomb King. I don't know. I mean, it still did damage. Being Ifrit's dominant does not really make fighting flame enemies. I don't know. It seems stupid. I'll be honest. I just realized he doesn't have a gauge to can't get staggered. Oh, I'm almost dead. Rude. Also rude. And with those. Do that. There we go. Sick. I got a bomb ember.
Your reign is over.
What level
Now to
is
collect the ash.
the Breaker of Worlds? 45.
Probably brought a bucket.
I think once I hit like level 38, I'll try and do that other hunt again.
This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If a wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Indeed. Is there a whole nother quest in here still? No. No. Ooh, do I have any missives?
You cracked the crystal too.
I do. Ooh, and one's a quest. Ah. Oh god, they're all quests. Shit. Off the record. I was thinking through the hideaway ledgers, or thumbing through the hideaway ledgers at Otto's behest, and might have come across something that might need your attention. Maybe. And by that I mean immediately. You know where I'll be.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
Perhaps Otto is the problem. And I know where Owen is, so I can bring him back the ashes. Clive, something ain't right with that hound of yours. When it pleases your lordship, come pay me a visit.
What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
We just took out a bomb. Cheers for your help dragging Blackthorn out of the dumps the other day. Thing is, I reckon he's gone and thrown himself back in, judging by the droop of his jowls lately. Something maybe it weren't just the leather that was on his mind. Sorry. It weren't just the leather what was on his mind. Maybe there's other demons jabbing their pitchforks into his privates. It's not an image I wanted in my head. I know you're a busy bloke. Next time you find yourself free, maybe we could go and ask the old bastard what's got him so hot and bothered. Assuming it ain't just the forge.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case.
Blacksmith Blues 2. Alright, so yeah, Owen's off the table in terms of like being tracked, but I'm gonna quick go drop this off to him. And then I'll be back for Blackthorn. Then I'll talk to Karen.
I went up to give some
And then I'll go talk to Gout. Mentioned it a little bit ago, but I'm going to reiterate. Side quests in Final Fantasy XVI, I think, are its biggest downfall. Because while they're not, like, offensive and, like, horrible, they're all kind of the same thing, and they're not horribly interesting. You get some characterizations in some of them, and those are kind of fun. They're really just kind of wastes of time, really.
All right there, Sid.
Unfortunately.
How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're
Good.
a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise.
Who is saying otherwise?
Let's get this contraption up and running.
You sound a little too excited. Homie just wants to cook some meth. I just enabled him. I don't know how I feel about that. Wait, is he cooking meth or is he cooking crack?
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Yay, I am going to get to hold more potions. That makes me happy.
We happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
Why can't they just say moment? Get this Gen Z shit out of here.
Well, what you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Getting my bag rubbed. Nothing wrong with that. Did I level up? Hell yeah. Treated potion satchel. Same exotic compound that was applied to the leather of the satchel be kneaded into a pair of boots. They would should surely become more supple, or should become supple enough to accommodate a man with 20 toes, necessary for increasing consumable inventory capacity. And some black blood. Inventory increased. I got a bunch of shit I could trade in for money. Not that not that I really want for money, but oh, sweet. You've obtained a treated potion satchel, hereby increasing your capacity for carrying consumables. Item slot increases are as follows: potion 6, my potions 4, strength tonic 3, and stone skin tonic. Oh, good thing I gotta talk to Karen. Awesome stuff. Who do I go to first? He's right there. Fine. Over here. Blackthorn's gonna give me something too. The plus sign means that there's like an actual tangible benefit to it, as opposed to just being a side quest. What's up, buddy?
Clive, did you get my letter?
Maybe.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
What? What?
5 million.
What?
They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you.
15 million.
This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Sure.
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know
She
why
looks
I only
frightened.
gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No.
I don't.
Star rubies. They're just rocks.
She was building a ship.
Very small rocks. Go to Lady Karen real quick. And then I'll buy some stuff. I went up with my dog. Hound.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at him. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Blacksmith time, since he's right here. I'm gonna talk to Karen again on the way back.
Blackthorn,
Holmes.
do you have a moment?
No.
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you.
Always
And
is.
you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me, the edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you.
No. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
Back to Karen. Hello, madame.
You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalmeck
Karen, you
where I left him.
true capitalist.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
What's he, gay? So?
Is it business or pleasure? Go on then.
Either.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here.
Thanks, lady.
Come
I
again.
almost have 100,000
Oh,
on me at
don't.
one
I'm not
time.
much bothered either way.
Let's see where I have to go for the Torgal quest.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it.
What?
If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient.
Ah, so
Frost
we need
wolves,
the bigger
after all,
bone.
habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
That's that's where that hunt is that I can't beat. Alright, we're gonna go to Delamill first because it's away from everybody else. And then we'll head to Martha's Rest. No. Then we'll head to Northreach, deliver to the Dame, and then we'll head to Martha's Rest, give it to Martha, and then we can head over to Cressida and see what the dealio is. Alright, where's Ignac? Man who has more
People take
money than
notice of
sense.
wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life, however deep your friends' pockets might be.
Don't give me the look, lady. We paid for your shit.
Is gone. Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere.
Unless I'm looking
One of
for
our
a
wealthy
partner.
patrons purchased the use of every room, hoping to keep out the riffraff, as he puts it.
Well, say hello to the riffraff.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
This man's gonna blow up and pretend like he don't know nobody.
But
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
Oh, but you're willing to talk to me? Weird.
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
Will I?
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Apparently they've added audiobooks to Spotify. And it's included with the premium subscription. It's kind of nice. Oh, God, it's all the way up there. Fine. I think I got a chocobo. I don't have a Torgal with me, do I? Am I by myself right now? Nope. Of course I'm not by myself. Got my trusty steed and my trusted dog.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
I went out the wrong exit. Son of a bitch. Oh, hold on. Thanks to the solid state drive on the PlayStation 5, it's actually quicker to just do this. I think, I hope. Thank you.
Let's go. Yeah.
Look at that gallant steed as it runs directly into the... That was my bad. Can't blame the chocobo for that. What's up, Dragoon? You have missed nothing. I'm doing side quests. I did kill a king bomb. That was something. Scorps.
We've got company. Come on, lads, let's tear the bastards.
Oh, oops. I need to do this. I did hit all of them, right? No? Yeah, I've almost picked it up a couple times. I do remember playing it when it came out and not really agreeing with what it was, but I said the same thing about Lost Odyssey, and I thoroughly enjoyed that game when I played it last year. God, I'm dodging, goddammit. Fine, you know what? Do my buttons not work? Fuck. Thank you. I might pick it up when it goes on sale again. The Last Remnant, that is. I think it, like the cheapest I saw was like $10 on
This must be Ignat's
PS4,
luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right.
which is fully playable on a
Let's get it back to
PS5.
Darnell.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What should I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name.
Why would he
indeed.
use that name?
Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right.
Oh, shit.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art.
Last Remnant is currently on sale for $8.
Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made
I will consider
in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm.
Last Remnant came out around the same time
Is
as
the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture
this
is
game,
hardly equal to service.
Infinite Undiscovery.
Take this, together with my regards.
Square Enix game.
The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer
Two very
among
different
collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Oh,
Are there many other collectors out there?
It is
Too many to count.
360.
But only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Yeah, okay. So back to what I was saying. Infinite Undiscovery, this game, which is apparently a 360 exclusive and never been re-released on anything else, but is playable on Xbox One or Series X, which is interesting to me. Was released in September, and then the last Remnant came out in November of 2008. And it also was a 360 exclusive at the time of its release. Interesting. But I remember playing them both. Or I remember playing Last Remnant instead of Infinite Undiscovery. Just because Infinite Undiscovery is kind of a dumb name. Go figure. 15 years ago, Square was still releasing games with... Damn, 15 years. Square was releasing games with stupid names. But I do remember playing Last Remnant a little bit and just being... It was weird. The combat was weird. And that's what threw me off. It was also 2008, and all I wanted to do was play shooters, so... I'm still mad at myself for all of the types of games that I could have picked up when I worked at GameStop for reasonable prices that I would absolutely love to have either in my collection or just available to play. God, I wish I'd have bought Steambot Chronicles for myself instead of giving it to a friend. Love that game. It's so fun. It's so stupid. But it's so fun. Got an ad break coming up. I'll get up in a second.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Oh yeah, I was gonna go to Northreach first. Oh well.
Star Ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither.
I knew she was going to say something about how good he looks.
I suppose I do.
Alright, well since I'm in this area, I'll go do the Cressida thing in a wee bit. Fortunately, there isn't a obelisk that's closer. Means I gotta walk through the fucking bends. I don't want to do that. This area kind of sucks to navigate. That's all I'm saying. I think you're onto something there, Dragoon. Ape Escape does have weird music, similar to like how Earthbound has weird music. Neither of which I think are bad. I actually quite like the Ape Escape music. It's interesting with Ape Escape because the music gives me similar vibes to like Monkey Ball, but not Monkey Ball. That doesn't make any sense. Another game series I've actually never played. I should probably play that at some point.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Time to fight.
No, it's not.
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Oh, hey, look, the giant antelopes are there. Oh god, they're level 33?
Now we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Here, let me roast them up for you, buddy. We're gonna make this majestic species of animals extinct, all for a stupid crossbow. I love you, Torgal, but come on, man. We didn't need to commit genocide in order for that, for you to just eat. You're better than that.
No. Will it be enough, I wonder?
Forever? No. For now? Sure. That is a clean-ass bone off a creature we just killed.
I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Shit. Let's go try and kill this dude. I'm here. That's gonna fuck me up. it's not gonna be worth my time. We're gonna try it again anyway, because why not? Yeah, forgot about the two-piece there. Now it's three-piece. Oh, it. Oh. Oh, no.
No.
Apparently the Titan shield thing doesn't do that there. I'm gonna go back to before I used my items. We're gonna ignore that guy for now. He's still a little too high level. His damage output is significantly higher, and my ability to get good is still not at the good stage. So we'll just kind of take it for what it is and move on. All right, time to talk to Steam.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
I was only like half paying attention during the getting of the whetstone
Still no
from
caravan from the Dominion's perfumeries
my
yet.
uncle's rival. But like Blackthorn seems like a pretty good blacksmith to the point where like wouldn't he know what a whetstone is? Though who knows? Obviously he doesn't because he'll probably be like, oh, I don't want to think of that.
I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
We owe you money. We're a little delinquent on our payments.
Oh my.
I've not, no.
Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive.
What?
I thought you might finally be warming to me.
I'm sorry, but I have Jill.
Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
What's this about, son?
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
I doubt anybody
How
knew.
could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
All right. Back to the hideaway. We've done all of our side quests available to us at time B. Easy peasy. None of them are very hard. Go Karen, then Blackthorn.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off
And gold.
somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So he just likes these big bones or something. Okay.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup.
I mean, look at him.
All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after. I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
After talking to Blackthorn.
Sorry for the wait. But hopefully he'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
It's brittle as hell. Don't forget that.
A whetstone.
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthean steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
There you go.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it.
Thanks.
You come and find me when you've got the materials.
What do I
Right.
need?
I will.
I hope I have it. I hope I have it already, so I can have a new sword. This sword that I currently have is fine, but I'd like a better one. Excalibur. Ooh, that sounds fancy. Let's talk to him. I want to see what it takes to make it.
Clive. So, what'll it be?
Let's go. And it's better by a long shot than everything that I have.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
That's what we wanted. Ooh, how's it look? Ooh, it's shiny. All right. 2 Harpocrates. And then we'll head over to Gute.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
Yes.
We were indeed, Lawsman.
Thank you.
You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power.
He's just like me.
That
For
in
real,
addition
for
to
real.
Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
How nice. Cavil's Fang slightly increases Torgal's attack potency. Wait, do I have to wear that or can Torgal wear it? Can I put stuff on Torgal? As much as I love Torgal, Torgal is a dumb name. Just throwing that out there. No, I'd have to wear it myself. Shucks. Oh, I mastered Raging Fist, but not Wind Up? Man, hell no. We master Wind Up. This has been like my most used like ability outside of listen. And even still, I kind of don't want to use this anymore. Like, the Phoenix is cool and all, but I have my Ifrit powers. So, yes. Alright, to goat. The goat. Goat. Gotti. Gaute.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Alright, goat. Back to Karen. Who is maybe my favorite character in the Hideaway. Maybe. I really like Harpocrates too. I didn't like Blackthorn at first. No. Nectar's the best. Forgot about the Moogle.
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you like me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
One of 3 brilliant gemstones acquired and set aside by Sid for a rainy day. Otto now deems that day to have arrived and wishes to use the rubies to pay off 3 outstanding debts to Lady Karen, Martha of Martha's Rest, and Isabella of the Vale. I think we already do that because we're at the end of this, but still.
Where'd you even get this?
I felt like
a decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I think she's referring to herself.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones.
Yep.
Thanks to this lump.
He tried.
I wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy soul couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. Which is where I met him. He bought passage to... oh, forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have?
My family were the ones who summoned the constable.
Of course they
The
were.
monster taken away.
Because everybody is afraid
Back on him.
afraid of those with the power.
Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could.
Power of the babe.
Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good.
Is that Gav?
Sid saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Okay, that side quest was like the most compelling of them in terms of like, hey, here's some interesting like lore about the characters who live in the hideaway. Oh cool. It's a little trinket. Nice. But yeah, I mean otherwise, like they're all just kind of generic. But okay, we did the thing. All of the side content is taken care of for now, except for that one hunt that I can't do because I'm weak. Wait, do I seriously have 775?
I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come to claim your just desserts.
Oh, 715. Oh shit. Hell yeah.
You earned this.
This might be the last one.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Alright. Let's equip it. Eye Cleric's Medallion increases healing potency of high potions by 25%. The healing potency of potions is better. Increase those by 50% and they're just like high potions. Then it's like I have 10 high potions instead of having 4. Whatever, it's fine. Story time.
Right, Clive. Asterix. We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Toes helped?
Obelith, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
Oh, you in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
Obelisk is a good name for an oarsman.
What tidings, Uncle?
Ill, nephew. My dear boy, my journey to Canva has been a resounding success. Friend I mentioned not only agreed to share the contents of his strongbox with us, but his considerable knowledge of the goings-on in the free cities, by which I learned of the endeavors of a certain young friend of yours, though I, for one, believe Miss Telemon's project to be quite the valiant enterprise. I doubt the Canvarian authorities will take kindly to the unauthorized use of their dockyards, no matter how deserted. And if rumor has already reached my friend, it may not be long before the guild masters are rapping at our door. I'm glad I read that the way that I did. Which is why I pen you this note. I would like to borrow your man, Gav, for a moon or two, that he might help keep a watch on those who might mean our little fellowship ill, and warn us of any impending attack. I trust that you will give this proposal your full consideration. Your loving uncle, Byron.
Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
Gav! Get over here.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
Yeah, she's got
Seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
It's Jill, homie. Yeah, she wants to spend more time with you. Duh. 'Cause, you know, kinda loves ya. Kinda loves ya. Even though she hasn't actually said it. She will at some point, when she's dying, and it'll break my heart. Because, of fucking course she'll die.
Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead.
Isn't that, like, the whole purpose of the Phoenix?
Has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Why is Goots here? And Karen? Oh, okay. Never mind. I know why.
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
She looks right pissed.
The blind
Like,
march is
very
on.
mad.
And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these.
So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Buckland.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
It's like that scene in Final Fantasy VI.
Do you see that, Sid? Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Only in Final Fantasy VI, we'd end up playing the sections as Gav, as Karen and Goots, and then as Clive and Jill. However, in this game, we will only be playing as Clive and Jill. More specifically, we'll only be playing as Clive. I don't know why I turned my camera on. I'm going to turn it right back off. Cutscenes. We're doing story missions. Eastern Dalmekia. I'll be happy to be out of the deserts. Too much brown, too much sand, too much yellow. Too much dust. Where's my frosty biome? I haven't seen one of those yet. Onward! There's actually, I think, a ton of shit that just unlocked.
How are you feeling?
Better.
Notices, let's see.
Thanks to Talia.
Party makeup's changed.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
New quests are available. I hate to say it, but a part of me wants to just go do side quests. Oh, there's like one here. Oh, well then, yeah, we will do it. Where is it? Just out the way. Okay, we'll keep it. I just realized he has a second sword. We never use it, do? Oh, we do when we're limit breaking. That's right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Foreshadowing. I bet we get to go there. I doubt anybody lives there. Played this game for almost 40 hours, by the way.
So what do you think?
That we'd be lucky to make...
Jonas, a sellsword.
As bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Well, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the pass.
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a thinker. I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Bocklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
I don't know if I trust these guys. Gotta be honest. Just don't know if I trust them. They seem a little... shit.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look at the game. Look at the game. Just being like, yeah, you probably shouldn't trust them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
The Flames of Rebirth is why I still have the
That's them
Blessing
dealt
of the
with.
Phoenix equipped too.
Now, where's that cart?
Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems we've found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here.
You guys could sound shadier.
It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
Get cart. I still don't trust this guys.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold at least. The path continues on the other side.
Doesn't really matter which way I take now, does it? There goes. The Final Sin. What is this? Final Fantasy X?
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him two curses.
Dominant sin bearers. To tell the...
Sorry. I was hoping that we would get a busy market town. Okay, Baklet is a busy market town situated on the northeastern coast of Dalmekia, Also known as 1,000 Tables, its streets throng with merchants from across the realm, each loudly hawking their wares to keen-eyed customers intent on finding a bargain. The Namekian Republic, Zemeckis Falls, vast cavity in the earth located in the steppes, the forgotten, a desolate coastal region of eastern Dalmatia. Despite the fact that for centuries, seawater from the Strait of Otha has flowed into the plumbless crater without cease, it shows no sign of filling. The tragic tale that came to be known as the sins of Zemeckis is said to have taken place here.
Truth. I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse.
Yeah, me too.
Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Meanwhile, seat of the Imperial Court. Audience chamber, Imperial.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrec.
Really? Really?
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
I don't think Waloed's gonna get that.
These are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god.
You're not even a dominant, dude.
The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sambrec.
Father. you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Reminding me of
Samus one hello.
regarding the nature
Oh,
of
ninjas.
nations.
Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it.
And of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress.
Oh!
She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sambrek, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your emperor in the wars to come.
Canker! Silence! Insolent wretch!
You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Bars.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Left alone with that traitoress.
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Yes, bring out the claws,
Count your
lady.
blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
Oh, she's such a bitch. I'm also not quite sure
We just need to hug the coast.
how she worked her way into being the Empress, the Queen of, I don't know, whatever she is. Like, I mean, sure, she's kind of a fox. I get it. Old ruler men like younger ladies who bear children. However, something to keep in mind, our protagonist was 16 at the beginning of the game. It's been 20 years. Clive is in his mid-30s. I imagine she was, we'll say 18. This is a time period where women were younger when they had kids. So we'll say she was like 18 when she had Clive. Okay? So that would make her 34. 34 at the beginning of the game. It's been 20 years. She's in her mid-50s. Now, I'm not saying people in their mid-50s are old. They're getting there. But they're not like, they don't look old. But they don't look like she looks. She still looks like she's in her mid-30s at the youngest. No, at the oldest. Like mid-30s at the oldest. I'd put her somewhere around like 28 to 32, somewhere like that. She looks like she's that. So she must be possessed by something, which is why she's so still as beautiful as she once was. So, I mean, yeah, but that's Hollywood, dude. Okay, I mean, fair enough. She is royalty of sorts. Get it. But like Jennifer Aniston also, tons of plastic surgery and all that kind of stuff to keep herself looking youthful. If you don't think she has had any, I have a bridge to sell. So. I'm talking normal people. Normal people in their 50s don't look that young. You get some.
Infiltrating
You get
the
some.
Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
Not many.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already.
Really, she doesn't look like she's aged,
Sure,
and that's
Sylvester
the
will do
thing.
everything in his power to hold on to Twinside.
She's
His
had
troops
3
are
kids.
well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Is that a zoo? If that's a zoo, we have to fight the zoo. Not a zoo. The Helldiver. I mean, I do get where you're coming from, and I understand. Ooh, ancient sword. That sounds like an item to be used to equip. Can I equip it? I can. It is shit though. That doesn't mean that I can't upgrade it at some. The single target spell. That's unfortunate.
It's over.
Where am I? I'm exploring. I haven't explored in this game since like hour 5? Yeah. I don't know. There really isn't. I personally do not see much value in exploring in this game if there's no reason to go there. The rewards are generally pitiful. The combat is fine. The combat's good, but like the rewards for the combat are not the best. And I don't know. I guess I'm fighting reasonably leveled things, so like the experience points gained is actually okay. Excuse you. I mean, 240 experience points for 3 wolves. It's not too bad. Could it be better? Absolutely.
More refugees.
And they're all making for the crystalline dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
How do I make ice? How do I keep my water cold? How do I even get water? That's the crystal's blessing is. Being able to do all that shit. The Buckland Market. I'm making Republic.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Hurry, man. I must leave for the Dominion. Bloody crimson caravans scooping up.
See? Like, Crystal's just making water. I mean, how do people live in the desert if that's... They can't make water?
If our new arrivals had brought any corn.
Okay, real quick before that, I want to check something at the hideaway. Don't worry, I won't spend too much time here. New missive has been delivered. Well, let's go take a look, see what it says. Also, do we have a new? It is very pretty. You are correct. I am interested to see what the PC version will be able to pump out once that is available.
He cracked the crystal.
Because despite the fact that like it's on a PS5, it's supposedly running in frame rate mode, so I'm supposed to get like 60. Like I would imagine I'm getting more like 55 consistently, which is fine. Like, yeah, this game looks good. You can get stuff looking this good on PC with like, I don't know, a 2000 series NVIDIA card. No. That is the only real downside to like consoles. By the time you get it, like the tech's already aged. I'll have you know, I ain't never shed a tear in front of no one. Not even my mother. You won't soon catch me doing the like again. Yeah, I can understand that. Not even my mother. So if it please your lordship, we can both forget about the whole damn thing. The Cid I chose to follow all them years ago is gone. There ain't no dragging him back from the depths of whatever hell he's walked his way into. But his legacy that lives on, you and everyone else here at the hideaway, sure as the sky is blue. At least, I think it's still blue. And as long as it is, I'll be right here where you can count on me. Thanks, Otto. So, yes, this game is gorgeous. It looks really pretty. They did a very good job with it. All the effects and everything like that are fine. It's the last thing I care about, to be honest. Like, I know that makes me sound like hipster video game fan. Oh, I don't care about no graphics. I don't. I don't. There was a time when I did. There was a time when I genuinely cared about graphics. And I do care about aesthetics and art direction and things like that. Those are important in a game. More so than just making everything look good. And the art direction in this game, I think, is on point. I think it does pretty good. Now, the technology behind what's happening here is pretty interesting because, like, or is neat because, like, that water looks like it's something you could interact with as the further it goes. Those mountains, while are probably just a pre-rendered image that's kind of stacked against a skybox, look more like they're actually being rendered in engine at the time, like in real time, as opposed to just being an image. And who knows? Maybe they actually are. That'd be cool. But really, like, there isn't too much going on in this, I believe, that you couldn't get out of a PS4 on a smaller scale, if that makes any sense. No new things from Nectar. Nectar, the Valiant. One of the only things that I think truly makes this generation of consoles kind of stand out is the embracing of solid state
You won't
drives.
find a finer array this side.
Specifically like M.2s. Oh, I should have gone and talked to Blackthorn to see if he can upgrade the ancient thingamajig.
Many
thanks. Because like one of the things versus like say The Witcher 3 on the PS4. If I were to do this in The Witcher 3 on the PS4, we'd have 2 minutes to just chit chat while we waited for it to load. But in this, pretty quick. Ooh, I should pick up that Ratchet and Clank game and try that out. I do kind of like Ratchet and Clank, but not enough to really spend the money on it. Alright, can you enhance my blue boy? No. Can't do shit with White Worm Bone. Excalibur.
That it? Fine.
Oh, I never really got to talk about it. I mentioned earlier, the Game Awards announced their nominees today. And this lovely game got snubbed hard. It wasn't up for Game of the Year, and I'm not saying that this is the Game of the Year. I don't even know if it's my favorite game this year, but like, it deserves to be in the conversation. There's a lot of good stuff happening here.
And nasty. Let me, my lord.
I mean, it's a proper evolution for Final Fantasy as a whole. But Mario Wonder was, and while I really enjoyed that game and thought it was very good, I don't know if I think it's a better game than what this is.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
Like, this has been a banner year.
For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
I'll talk more about it once this cutscene's over with.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go in and find Good, shall we?
Dead Space got a nomination for art and sound design, if I'm not mistaken.
He must be around here somewhere.
I didn't vote for it, but it got one. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 got a lot, which I find strange. Really strange. It was funny, I saw a tweet that was just like, 3 of the 5 games that are up for Game of the Year came out in October. It was a good month. And all I think is, or it's recency bias. Because there were some pretty fantastic games that came out earlier this year too. Saying. That is always the problem with an award show that takes place like within a month of the cutoff date for games that can be considered for it, is there will always be recency bias. Always. So I think, genuinely, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to take it, the Game of the Year. Not that I care, because I did mention this when I brought it up earlier. Looking at the nominations and like what was available or what was nominated, I realized I really don't care about AAA games as much as I used to. Like, as I'm playing one, but like I still don't care. Yeah, I don't know. While 2020 through 2022 were not the best years for games, I do think there was some really good stuff that came out of it that I wasn't expecting. but it was stuff that was going to be coming out anyway, and some of it got pushed back a year or two. A lot of what we got this year probably should have come out like 2022, 2021, 2022, like the end of 2021 going into 2020. I'm feeling a lot of the stuff we got this year was originally like planned for that period of time. You know, pandemic did push things around and made things a little awkward for some companies. Like I wouldn't have been surprised if this was originally supposed to be like a Christmas last year game, and they pushed it back to June just because. Mario, I think, was always going to come out. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is a game that came out earlier this year. Again, while I'm not a big fan of the open world Zeldas, it is a game that resonated with people for a while. Like, it was in the gaming zeitgeist for a month-ish, at least. You don't get that very often. Baldur's Gate 3 is the only other game that I think has lasted as long. Like, Sony fanboys will always be up the ass of anything Sony releases, so like Spider-Man 2's got to be on that list, of course. And I've talked to people that have played it and they're like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's, you know, more of what the first one was. And to me, it's like, yeah, I don't care. And then, oh, what was the other? Oh, Alan Wake 3, or Alan Wake 2. I don't really have any interest in playing it because the first one, I'm not a fan of the way that Remedy games play. I like what they do with the games, but I'm not a fan of how their games play. And I hear that's pretty good too. I mean, there's so much interesting stuff. I don't even think it's ironic. I think that's exactly what happened. And there are a lot of developers that have said things along those lines. The downside of this, the other aspect of this being a banner year for video games, is that it's been a miserable year to be somebody who creates them. I mean, there have been so many layoffs throughout some of the biggest companies for reasons that don't make sense, considering they're making the most money they've made since like maybe 2008. So why for? And it sucks in that regard because it is a great year for video games, but for anybody that pays enough attention to the industry as a whole, there will always be a little bit of an asterisk here. It's like, yes, great year for games. Some of the best games in years have come out. Industry saw a little bit of a problem going on in there. So, I mean, but it is what it is. I still want to play Armored Core 6. Octopath Traveler 2 got 0 nominations, which I think is a travesty. Hi-Fi Rush got a lot more than I thought, which is great because that game was pretty cool, and I think it deserves to win something at least. Sea of Stars got 1, 2 actually, but it will lose RPG to probably Baldur's Gate 3, unfortunately, and it will lose Indie to probably Cocoon. But
good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Goots. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We can't
Alan
get
Wake
the
1
caravan
is
without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
is a rough recommend.
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Yeah. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where! I've got a pal in Bock lad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure nothing else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
I liked Alan Wake a lot when it first came out.
Let's keep an eye out for this
but I mean,
chocobo then.
15 years ago.
On our purses.
And games were different. Games have changed a lot in that time. I think I played it. I want to say I played it for like Christmas 20 or not Christmas, Halloween or October 2019. I think I replayed it. And granted, I was playing on an Xbox, so that's probably the first problem, considering I'm so used to the mouse and keyboard at this point. But boy, was it rough. It wasn't great. Remedy games have a jank to them that is, for many, endearing, and for some, like myself, very off-putting. And while I can normally get over it, like I enjoyed what little bit I played of Control. I'd like to play more, but it just, I don't know. It was rough. Story is still good. I think Alan Wake's story is interesting. Its setting is interesting. And like the way that it does its storytelling is interesting and worth experiencing. The game itself is less fun to interact with. And yeah, that's my real takeaway from it. Wait, the Crimson, he said the Crimson what? The Crimson Caravans?
Bloody Crimson Caravans, scooping up all the...
Want something moving? Then Aldrich is your man. He's never lost a load, and he's the third the price of Crimson Caravans. Don't bother with the best. Put Aldrich to the test.
Best customers. Leave some for the rest of us.
I think I found it.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El! He's me mate!
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you.
I've heard that Alan Wake 2 is considerably more a horror game than what Alan Wake 1 was. Alan Wake 1's like a thriller.
Stolen. By little Ben.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly.
He's not that big.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little band could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain.
Well?
Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them.
And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt.
Me.
Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and 2 birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion goods?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive.
Ah, we got another seal.
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
It is time to end. I've been playing for a little while. A little longer than I would have wanted to today, honestly. Yeah, that'll do it for me. Thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Hope you have yourself a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week. Hope to stop by again in the future. Should be back tomorrow. Yeah, should be back tomorrow with some probably for a similar amount of time, around the similar time in the evening. Yeah. Until next time, farewell. I pushed the button. Farewell.